You recording?
Hello and welcome to the Tremendously Awkward Podcast. I'm Dan Barry.
Alex,
that's where Bill. That's normally Bill. That's normally where you go, and then we say, "Here's our special guest." But let's fuck it, whatever. It's already ruined. So hi, with me is Bill, apparently, who's in the noisiest, futuristic sounding room in the world, but is actually like straight out of 1960. And our special guest, Alex Reynolds, guys. Clap it up for Alex Reynolds.
I can't clap. There's mice sleeping in the couch.
Yeah, we don't want to disturb them.
I don't want to disturb them.
They're about to make a dress for Cinderella and they need their nap. That's good.
Yes, they are.
Alex Reynolds, man, how have you been?
Hold on.
Wait.
Are you gonna introduce me or what? I don't know this person.
Look, at this point, all right. So Bill, this is Alex. We've only wrestled him about 25 times.
Okay.
Yeah. You might we might recognize him from the matches we've lost.
Oh yes, of course.
Yes, there he is. Alex Reynolds, how you been, man?
Good. Sitting. We just my wife and I just bought a house.
Oh, no, where?
Yeah,
what town?
East
Give
Iceland.
us your. Oh, good. Give us your address.
It's 7.
Okay. Oh, 7 East Iceland. That's a nice.
7 East Iceland, New York. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great place.
Yeah, we wanted a real easy address.
I live in 15 Amityville, so
Perfect.
we're right next to each other.
I live 203 Edge. I live in Newburgh.
You almost legit gave your entire address because you're.
I live in Newburgh.
Good, man. Nice to see you, Alex Reynolds. First question: how come you haven't sent me any royalties?
I haven't gotten any royalties.
Oh, all right, good. I was just checking because I believe you owe me your entire career because we tag team. We were in a team for like 4 months, so therefore, Bill, I was Alex's first tag partner. Did you know that?
Oh, really?
Yes. In my very, very first match, it was myself and Dan against Trent and Tony Nese.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
My first tag partner was Joe Etel.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's great. I'm so happy that that's actually true.
Oh my god.
Alex and
I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah, wait, I almost want. So for those of you who don't know, Joey Tel's a guy from New York. He is legitimately a crazy person. Like there's no second guessing his level of lunacy.
Yeah, legitimately. He has one ear too.
Yes.
I wasn't gonna make fun of his ear, but there is a cat entering the scene.
What is
right
that?
now.
I don't even know whose cat this is. But...
Here it is.
Yeah.
It heard about mice and it's ready to rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
So Joey Tell, he has one ear. And Mick Foley met him. It was like, he's stealing my gimmick. Or someone said he's stealing your gimmick. And Joey Tell got really mad because he really was born with one ear and he wants to make that known.
Yeah.
It's like, I was fucking born with one ear. That's like, no. Yeah, he steals his gimmick. It's like, he got really mad.
I remember the first time I met him. It was the match. It was me and Joe Etel against Johnny Cashmere and Matt Walsh. It was like the new Backseat Boys, I guess. But Trent Acid was there, and Trent introduced me to Joe, and he's like, "You got to watch out because he got his mom burned his ear off when he was a kid. Took a torch, lit the whole thing off."
Oh my god, that's funny.
I'm so glad that was the first introduction. Oh hey, this is Joe. His mom burned his ear off, so you gotta be careful.
And he's just sitting there nodding,
yeah.
Yep.
I was a bad kid. It's actually not a bad impersonation of Joey Tell, by the way, but nobody knows, so it doesn't matter. Alex, I know you're used to seeing Alex in death-defying feats of wrestling on Wednesday nights and in our matches. But at one point, Alex was one of the biggest pussies in wrestling.
Yeah. 100%. Kind of still am.
Alex, we had a match. He broke his foot. He and I were in a match wrestling this guy Javier, and Alex broke his foot giving an atomic drop to Javier. And
so in my defense, Javier literally didn't put it's the simplest move to take.
Right. Yeah. No, I'll get that. So if you don't know what an atomic drop is, first off, where the fuck have you been? Secondly,
literally stand up and jump up and down, and you've taken an atomic drop.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything. Javier was like, no, I'm extreme. And he wrapped his legs around Alex's waist for the atomic drop. So
what?
I swear to God. And he picks him up. And Alex puts his foot down in such a way that if somebody was landing on their feet, they'd be fine. But because Javier was like, fuck no, I commit to atomic drops, it broke Alex's foot just in half.
So my knee was a little more forward than my foot. So he bumped right on my knee. So my foot just bent back and almost touched my shin.
Yeah.
It was my third match.
Yeah.
Ever. And it was the finish. And I remember I had to drive home. It was my driving foot too. It
wasn't a great day for him. And I was like, oh shit, I don't have a chance at winning the tag belts now. So I hated him. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But Alex, we finished the match. I did a DDT or whatever that ended the match. But Alex then immediately afterwards said to me, and I quote, "I'm never doing an atomic drop again." Yeah. And I was like, no, don't think like that. Just think be careful of how you do it now. Put your foot flat down. That's a learning. No, Dan, no, I'm never doing an atomic drop again. And here we are, 14 years later, never done an atomic drop.
I have done an atomic drop, but I want to say, without exaggeration, I probably went about 7 years without doing an atomic drop.
You're like, yeah, I'll take a reverse Rana. I'm not doing an atomic drop. I don't care what you want me to do.
No, that and also the move where the guy puts your hand back here and stomps on your elbow.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah. Anytime anyone's ever tried to do that, I've rolled away.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't. There's certain things I don't trust people with. No matter who they are. For a long time, it was European uppercuts. I never trusted a European uppercut because they'd always hit me in the jaw because they were untrained assholes. But
and
I wasn't naming any names. Papadon's the reason I can't hear out of my left ear. Yes. He is the reason I have less hearing in my left ear. Because in training once, he slapped me in the face and burst my eardrum.
In training?
In training. At the Ace Arena, I went with him, Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder, and the three of us, Brian Myers and Matt Cardona now. We went to the Ace Arena and we're rolling around and he literally just put me in the corner and then slapped the shit out of me.
Oh my God.
Eardrum.
What a piece of shit.
He was like, practice like you play. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? You still burst my eardrum, you asshole.
He broke my nose in training.
Dude, he broke my orbital bone in my second match ever. He pulled me off the ropes. So, okay, this is actually a funny story. Okay, I want to state for the record, I don't hate Papadon.
No,
I
love
Jimmy. I love Jimmy.
Yeah.
But Jimmy back then is different than Jimmy now.
Yeah.
Jimmy back then was too much. My second match ever, the match is supposed to be me versus Papadon. And then our trainer at the time, Mike Mayhem, was going to come to the ring and make it a three-way dance because we were big ECW marks. So we're wrestling, and I go, okay, I'll do my taunt. He's like, I'll pull you down. I'll punch you. We'll start working. I'm like, okay. Pulls me down, legitimately punches me as hard as he can in the face.
The way to do it.
Broke my orbital bone. He starts working me. I'm staggered because I literally got the shit knocked out of me.
Mm-hmm.
He snapmares me and he starts doing those Taz cross faces.
Oh my God.
And he literally busts my nose and my mouth open. So now Mayhem slides in the ring and he fucking hits Jimmy and he turns to me, he's like, what the fuck? And he like lightly touches me.
Bloody mess.
Dude, I was a fucking mess. And then they ended up having they started getting into it a little bit because like Mayhem was mad. He beat the shit out of me. Jimmy to this day says it was an accident. I to this day tell him he's lying because I do not believe that whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't believe that either.
Alex, do you miss coming out to Popping My Collar by 3-6 Mafia, or is that a ship that sailed?
Yeesh.
I do miss it. I forgot who I was talking to. It might have been MJF or Bronson.
Sorry.
I was saying that was like my first like theme music, and they looked at me like I was fucking nuts. I was like, it was 2006. It was a weird time. Like this was just what people. It was
2006. Did. We were making fun of everybody on Long Island with the pop polos and everything else.
Literally every one of my friends.
Yeah, the same. All of our friends were doing the same, like pop collars, shorts, and boat shoes, and we're like,
they're, to be fair, they're still doing it.
It's a big thing. It's a big thing.
So I'm a big, I love polo shirts and high shorts and boat shoes, but the pop collar is where I draw the line.
Collar down because you're civilized.
Yeah,
of course. Now, did your friends wear multiple polos and have?
So I was actually going to bring that up. That's like so no one I know ever did that, but I've seen people do it. Like so I go out to like Montauk or the Hamptons or like North Shore Huntington bars. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like 3 or 4. It just seems uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How much laundry are you willing to do? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, because I know
cycle them. You're like just outside in.
Yeah, because with me, like if I put a t-shirt on and I decide, oh, you know what, I'm gonna change it and take it right off, like it's going in the hamper. Like I'm not.
That's it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So I can't imagine going out for one night for a few hours and having to wash 3 or 4 polos.
I just know how sweaty I am after being out at a bar all night. Like the amount of people and like that sweat that comes with that. And then imagining that like you have 4 shirts subsequently. And are they all 4 the same size? Because at some point it's just awkwardly tight on that outside shirt. You have layers of shirts.
Yeah. You have to shop for your inside polos and your outside polos.
Yeah. So my under polo is like a medium, but it gets to an extra large by layer 4 or 5. Oh my God, those were the days. Yeah, we had one really good match.
Our first one.
The first one, and then you broke your foot.
Are you saying? Oh, you're talking about the 2 of them. So
we had one really good match, and then you broke your foot. And then we never teamed again. But then we became sworn enemies in wrestling simply because we were a peanut butter jelly match. And it was very easy to put us against each other in anywhere we wrestled.
Yes.
So I liked that we came full circle. And
absolutely.
It was nice. You're the reason I think we got in CZW. I'll say it. I say it.
Were you there before us?
No. You guys had already won the titles.
Oh.
Because our second appearance in CZW was when we arrested you.
Really?
Yeah. Our first appearance we wrestled the milk chocolate.
Right.
And then the second.
I don't know why. I thought you were going to say the milk duds for a second.
we wrestled. Well,
that works too. That works too.
Also check mark on that. Wrestled milk chocolate, and then I think we had like a bullshit thing. But then we filmed a bunch of vignettes to set up an angle, and our appearance came after. I think you had lost the belts to Black G's and.
No, we lost it to Juicy Product.
Oh, Juicy Product. That's right. So we came in during their title run.
Right.
So was our second match? Was it that 4-way? I remember doing a 4-way.
We did a 4-way with us, OI4K, you guys, and I
And the Bucks.
don't know.
Juicy.
And the
Juicy
the Young Bucks.
No. That was later. That was later at the arena when we won the belts. We had another 4-way, and I don't remember who the other people were.
I think it was the Juicy product.
Yes,
that
makes
match?
sense. The ladder match is the one you missed.
No. There was another. Oh, I think it was just a 3-way. I think we did a ladder match with Juicy Product and OI4K. I thought it was you guys too, maybe.
No, for us, you wrestled. It was Juicy Product, us, you guys, and OI4K, and it was a match that we lost. You guys won, I think. No, Juicy. I don't. Whatever. Somebody beat us. And then we came back and we had that weird feud with you, where we brought in Rex Lawless and we brought in
right, yeah,
and we brought in Dick Justice, and the fans hated Dick Justice, and we couldn't get the fans to like Dick Justice, and we loved Dick Justice.
I feel like they liked Dick until he wrestled.
Yeah, I think they wanted him to be different.
Yeah,
and he wrestled, and he also got hurt.
Did he?
Did he hurt his knee? He hurt his knee. Oh, that was a match you weren't even in.
Oh, well, there we go.
Oh wait, were you in it? You had to have been in it. No, you weren't in it. That was the one where it snowed. No, it snowed once.
That was the ladder where
yeah,
it was like Johnny, Rex, and Chuck Taylor.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
because I remember that because Dick said he could do a moonsault off the apron. So we're like, okay. And then he attempted to do a moonsault off the apron, and it was the complete opposite of what you think a moonsault.
He did a cartwheel. He did a cartwheel, and his knee exploded.
Oh,
that's what happened. That was one of the most fun. So I feel like we've just gone all over the place real quickly, but like in CZW, we got the recommendation from like I think you guys and Juicy Product, and then DJ brought us in for a tryout.
Yeah,
and then we wrestled the milk chocolate. We wrestled the Milk Duds, and Bill and I's finisher at the time was a wheelbarrow where I jumped over Bill and double stomped him to the ground.
Oh, really?
Yes. And it turns out that was what Black G's did with I forget who his tag partner was.
Was it Pepper?
Ruckus.
No, Ruckus.
So
yeah. They had that move, except like backwards, where he'd pick him up and they double stomp the chest. We double stomp the back of the head. So we're calling our match, and somebody says to us, like, I think that's Black G's Ruckus finisher. So I went up to Black G's, I'm like, is this your finisher? He goes, yeah. And he got like really mad. I was like, no, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't know. I don't watch CZW. No one watches CZW.
No
one. So me and Ken Scampy had a finisher, and me and Trent had a finisher where he'd put somebody on the shoulders, and I would do that moonsault reverse DDT thing. So I said that to Bill, and Bill had told me initially he never wanted that to be our finisher. And I was like, okay. And then we did it that night, almost killed Brandon Watts because he had never practiced the move.
Yeah.
And I just collapsed on top of Brandon Watts.
Jesus. It's also like the easiest move to take, so I don't know how.
It is.
It really is. Yeah, that was the thing. I was always nervous because it seemed like there was just too much going on at once.
Yeah.
But once you do it, once you get the hang of it, it really is.
I was never nervous for me taking it. I was always nervous for Dan. Like my first thought was like, oh, I just have to make sure he gets over.
Yeah. I always try to tell people, like, I could literally land on my feet on this. Like, you're good.
Yeah.
Like, don't sweat it. But no one believes me because I look like I do. So people are like, okay, yeah. Somehow you're both the oldest and fattest, not oldest and fat guy I've ever seen in my life. And it's like, yep, that's me. I just moonsault. People always feel scared of that move. That's like a move like Ken Doane of the Spirit Squad wouldn't take.
Yeah.
He flat out refused to take it. He was like, I'd rather take Bill's rock bottom where he sits out.
Oh my God.
Right. So wrestling, for wrestlers, people who don't know wrestling, like the minute you start like the back momentum from somebody else, there's always that chance you're going to get your bell rung if you don't protect yourself, right? In our finisher, I literally hold your head so you don't hit your head. Like I just hold it. I land, you land, we're all safe. He thought I was gonna kill him.
Yeah.
And I remember he's like, I'll take Bill's sit out rock bottom. I'm like, okay. Takes Bill's sit out rock bottom, and he's out. He's out cold. Like, I don't want to laugh at somebody getting knocked out, but like, I mean, you did reap that out. Like, we had to redo an entire finish to a match because he didn't want to take a move. That's just that's where it's like, all right, man. Like, he didn't trust me.
Maybe it was done on purpose. I don't know. I don't remember.
Please don't say that, Bill. We aren't getting booked right now, and perhaps that might be a reason.
Yes, because
I mean, I didn't.
I would love to think that like WWE's like, oh, we should bring in Team Tremendous. It's like, well, hold on. Did you hear what Bill Carr did to Ken Doan
years ago?
And it's, somehow you get edited into the "Do not try this at home."
Yeah, they replaced the Benoit going through a table with me, giving Ken Doan in Brooklyn, New York, sit at rock bottom.
Sit at rock bottom. So you're on TV, Alex.
Yeah.
So let's get this question, and I just want to cut to the easiest question that you're probably going to get today. Why aren't we on TV, you sack of shit?
I don't know.
No, it's all right. No, it
should come down.
No, I get it. Somebody was watching TV one day. Was like, ugh. Next. No, I was so happy when you guys got signed.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I can't spell that out for you enough. I think Bill's dying on camera 3. We were so happy like when you guys got signed. We were so happy when you got, I think when you guys, silly things like when you went to PWG the first time, I think I messaged the two of you guys like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. Like, congratulations. And you guys are like one of my favorite tag teams. And I'm not just saying that because of who you are. Like, I love you guys. I'm really happy this is happening for you. When you first got the, hey, come down, what did you do with your boner? Was it tucked straight into your waistband? Did you show it to somebody? Just tell us what happened.
So it was like it was funny how the timing worked out because it was about like a 4-day boner that I had.
Yeah, I got
you. So I did. Johnny and I had broken up and split up on the Indies. We weren't going to team anymore. That was that.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. They were like, we're never going to get booked as a team again. And now here we fucking are.
So that was the weird thing. I was just like, it's time for something new. Separate ways. Cool. Awesome. And then we get both booked as extras for WWE at Madison Square Garden. Have a little before show practice match bullshit. And they're like, all right, you two are going to wrestle Heavy Machinery. We're like, fuck, awesome. It's Madison Square Garden, of course.
Absolutely. That's the best.
So, like, we're standing in there, and Johnny's like, oh, this is pretty cool. I was like, yeah, this is fucking wild. And then, like, I went home and, like, showered that night. I was like, man, like, we've done, like, all, like, the big things that we've wanted to accomplish, it's always been together, Yeah. Like, our big goal for a while was PWG, and we went there as a team. Obviously, everyone's like, oh, I'd love to wrestle in Madison Square Garden one day. We did that as a team. I was like,
yeah, that'd be nice. I'll do it in the bleachers. I'll just...
So it was just like, man, like all these big things like grew together. Maybe this is, I don't know. And it just kind of in my head and right out. And then I want to say that was Tuesday. On Thursday, we got the message, hey, we'd like you guys to come down for Dynamite in Philly. It was like the 3rd ever Dynamite.
Yeah, you told me about that at the time. I remember being like,
yeah. So I was like, all right, now this is real weird. Like, I just had this thought, hey, like, maybe like us being together is kind of supposed to be how it is. And then like this happens and like, hey, we want you guys as a team to come down, So yeah, it was like a 3-day boner high.
Nice. That's a great little boner high story.
Yeah.
I like
you don't hear a lot of good ones like that. Yeah.
No. Especially ones that last that long.
Yeah.
So like we also, my boner probably lasted till that Dynamite. And then it was like, we heard like, oh, I think you guys are wrestling Santana and Ortiz. And we're like, fuck, awesome. We're gonna have a fucking banger. And then we get there and it's like 90 seconds. Santana and Ortiz, local talent. And we're like, well, all right.
That's a great, but you know what? Like, I'm glad that you guys like, they kept, because I remember you guys kept going down. Like, you kept getting put on shows.
Yeah.
And, go ahead.
Yeah. So that, like, our mentality, there's two ways to look at that, obviously. Like, you know, we have 90 seconds. This is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. And like kind of boo-boo face the whole day. Everybody kind of came up to us and was like, hey guys, like, we're really sorry. This is, you know, the only amount of time that we had for this, you know, but we really wanted to use you guys. We're like, we don't care. Like, this is literally what we're here for, is for this.
We lost to Heavy Machinery the other day.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we had a little bit more time with everything.
Yeah. Okay. That's why they brought you in. It's because, like, you see what they did against Heavy Machinery?
But yeah, so like, we just had like, again, everyone, like Cody, the Bucks, Tony, everyone's like just apologizing. We're like, this is, you know, like, this is what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And then Matt Jackson was just like, yeah, maybe we'll just kind of keep bringing you guys back as like the enhanced guys that get beat up every week, and then like you win, you know. So maybe it'll be next week, and we're just like, okay. And then we didn't get booked for the following week, and they're like, hey, we need you for West Virginia. Like, are you guys available? And it's like, yeah, absolutely. And I'm looking up like how long it takes to drive to West Virginia. And then like Bryce Rebsberg reached out to us like, yeah, so we're just gonna give you guys flights to come out. And we're like, okay. You know, so then we did. It was like me, Johnny, and QT against Chuck and Jim. They're dressed as like Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
just a fun little match. And then Matt was like, every time we go down, it would just be like little seeds. Like, oh, maybe, you know, we kind of have an idea with like Dark Order and doing something with you guys, but like, we'll let you guys know. And then it was like a week or two would pass and like, hey, we need you for this date. And then like, finally, like, I remember one day Matt was just like, yeah, we're going to need you for this week. We're probably just going to need you from like every week from now on, you know.
But you're still not, so at this point, you're not contracted. You're just a talent that is going to be constantly used.
Yeah, because I think the last show before this pandemic was in Binghamton. You guys were with us. And I don't think you had signed contracts then. That was last March, I believe.
Yeah, so we did. We signed per appearance contracts in December.
Okay.
So it was just like, you know, we were guaranteed 5 shows for a year.
That's great.
And then whatever else, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And then there's anything else would be at a set rate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we got those and like we're super pumped. But then like it was literally just a roller coaster of kind of things that happened. It was like, you know, we did like a vignette with like me and John in a hotel room, and like Dark Order was doing more like culty things, and it was kind of giving them an identity, and people were getting into it. So we're like, oh, this is awesome, you know, because they debuted and it was kind of flat, and then they went away and they did these cult videos, and people got interested in again. Mm-hmm. And then like it's crazy to think, but we closed 2019 with like me, Johnny, Stu, and Uno, and like other creepers beating up the Bucks, Kenny, Cody, Dustin, like literally the top guys. Like we ended the show, like we're in the ring, awesome, we're fucking sky high. And then that video goes viral of the guy throwing the shitty punches on Dustin.
Oh, that's right, I forgot about that.
So then like that comes out, I want to say like a day later we get an email, hey guys, we don't need you for the New Year's show. We're just going to show a clip package. So now we're like, great, this is dead in the water now, done. So then like Dark Order went down and like we weren't getting matches, nothing. And then we started the tease with the Exalted One, and people started getting more momentum. And then it's like, awesome, Brody's about to debut. nope, just kidding, pandemic. He's going to debut in front of no fans.
Dude, that's brutal.
Yeah.
That's brutal. I can only like, it's so frustrating, like, especially for like guys like you who are like, it's like, and I don't mean to like be light on this, but like you and Johnny have had a lot of opportunities where it's like, maybe no, maybe no, maybe no. And it's like, to see like that happening AEW, I feel like for you guys, it's almost like, oh, this is a cycle. It's going to fucking happen again. And it's going to be bullshit. It's going to suck. But I think when like, and I could be wrong here, but I would argue that when you guys started doing more being the elite stuff and you became like your personalities, that's kind of where it was like, oh yeah, no, this is great. This is what we want this to be.
Yeah, and so that's exactly what happened. Like before the pandemic, we weren't even getting like dark matches. So like we were just background guys.
Yeah.
And then we had like a 4-way with SCU and Cabana, and like we actually got to wrestle a little bit, and people were like, "Oh wow, like these guys know how to wrestle." It's like, yeah, like, but we just weren't getting matches.
Yeah.
And it was like we were starting, like SCU was like, "Oh, we want to work with them," and people were like, "All right," we were on track to start doing more, but then the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
New York was getting real bad. They taped like 4 weeks of TV in Georgia, and we were going to drive down, but they said New York's too bad. We don't want anyone from New York coming.
Yeah.
So that was 4 weeks off TV. They debuted 10 as part of the Dark Order, and then here he is like fucking squashing dudes, winning matches. So like we're all just sitting home, like, and we're still on per appearance.
Yeah.
So like, to their credit, they paid us for the Georgia shows, and we didn't even go there.
That's great. That's good.
And they paid us 2 more times, more than like our guarantee, just to help us throughout.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just scary because we're like, you know, we're getting left behind now. Yeah. And then we get back, we go down to Jacksonville. We have like one match with Dustin and QT for Dark. It's like 4 minutes. They beat us real quick. And then we have nothing. And then they introduce 5 into the group. And he's winning matches. And to the point where like, it's like, all right, 5's going to win his debut match with you guys. You guys, John and Alex, you're not there. Stu and Uno are stuck in Canada. 10's going to come out and beat up the guy who's 5 working. And we're like, so they're going to get the focus, not us.
Yeah.
So Brody was pissed, and literally like right before the match goes, he goes, I forgot who he went to, maybe like QT, and Jerry's like, Alex and John are coming out with us. They're hitting whoever with their finish, and that's that. And he's like, okay. And like, that's what we did. And like, we were just really worried to the point where we asked Matt, we're like, hey, do we have heat with somebody? Like, did we do something wrong? Are we getting fired?
Yeah.
Because we weren't even getting a chance to do anything.
Yeah.
And we were just kind of felt like we were being forgot about. So I went home from that trip. That was like after Double or Nothing in May. And I was just like, I kind of hated being so miserable. Like, this was like the coolest place to be. And like, we were so happy to be there, but we were bummed out. You know, we just wanted to contribute. We felt useless.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe we'll do something, if we're not wrestling, like something on BT, you know? So I had an idea where like we would kind of try to recruit Peter Avalon, and he was doing something with Brandon Cutler. So like, you know, the joke is that we're the only ones in the group that haven't won a match. So we're trying to recruit people, like talking about how good this is. Oh, like, and then by the time we went down, the Bucks had already talked to Stu and Uno, like, hey, we know you guys are in a weird place. Try to figure out something to do for BT. And they're like, okay. So Uno told me, I was like, oh, I have this idea. So it was originally just supposed to be us, like me and John doing recruitment things.
Yeah.
But we filmed that first bit with Brody, and when Brody nailed Uno with those papers, like,
yeah, it was gold. It was literally gold.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We knew that we had to do something there. So like, but to wrap this all up, you know, we kind of like what we did with CZW and the videos that we filmed with you guys trying to arrest us. Like, DJ was just like, you guys arresting each other at Cage of Death. That was it.
And we had nothing.
Yeah.
So it was like, we knew that we had to take it into our hands and make something of it. And that's kind of what we did with BT. Like, and we knew that no one was going to get mad at us for doing it, because that's exactly what the Bucks and Kenny and Cody and all of our bosses did, was like, say, hey, I'm not waiting for someone to give me something. I'm just going to do it. And thankfully it just paid off. But yes,
it was good. I think it's good because like, it's the same. I don't want to compare you to us because I feel like it's not a fair comparison. But when me and Bill do anything, Bill's the funny guy, I'm the straight guy. And I'm the one who's like, I have to be straight, because if I'm not straight, then Bill's not funny. If we're both funny, it's just a funny team. But if it's me reacting to Bill, it makes it funnier because I'm the viewer. You know what I mean? Like, so you do the same thing with Johnny, where Johnny is as weird as Johnny is, and then you're like, what do you stop? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're like, yes, Mr. Brody. And like, you're not the hated one, but Johnny's the hated one. So it makes it work. I always thought that was like I'm very happy that was the dynamic. Even in matches that we had with at Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, even the vignettes we did, we both, not to be whatever, but me and you were both like the straight people. And then there was the weird one. And then that's what we reacted with. I think that's what made it, that relationship is what helped you guys get as good as far as you've gotten.
Yeah, it's, you know, that's also just kind of our relationship in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just oddball. Yeah. But it's tough because I'm not the funny one, like, I take it as a challenge to find creative ways to make myself stand out, you know, because I know if I try to go funny for funny with John, I'm going to lose.
Right.
You know?
I can't be as weird as Bill is, because I'll crack. And I know that. But if you develop your personality as almost like there's a relatability to you, people will follow along with the relatability. No matter what people say, it's like, you know, like, not for nothing, I'm not trying to shit on the competition here, but Otis, Heavy Machinery, like, they had the two of them. They only work as like a team because one of them is not that fucking weirdo and one of them is that weirdo. And then when you removed Otis from the scenario, he's not as interesting anymore. Does that make sense? Like, he has to do something else to become interesting.
Yeah.
So, but that's my opinion, and I'm sticking
to
it.
I always looked at it as like Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis.
Yes, yes. Of course you looked at it like that, you boat shoe wearing weirdo. As I buttoned my top button on my polo, I said, this reminds me of Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis.
It is. I don't know who else to compare it to. Obviously, I'm Dean Martin, though.
No, you're the slick
I'd
one.
I'd say more like Jimmy Jack Cash and the Omen Rakshas 666.
Yes. Please tell me you followed along with that recently.
No.
Oh,
so,
man.
Capitol Hill.
This is why I miss doing like long road trips.
That's exactly it. I need a long road trip with you guys because I love that like camaraderie of like, hold on, you got to hear this.
Yeah.
So Jimmy Jack Cash, for those of you who don't know, Jimmy Jack Cash is like a New York wrestling thing. Entity. I don't want to say anything like here's the thing. I never hated Jimmy Jack Cash. So if like sound like
here.
I do, he's just somebody you're like, Jimmy Jack Cash, like he's an idiot. Like he's just a big idiot. He was at the Capitol Hill storming.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Taking pictures. There's pictures of him flexing.
Of course.
In front of all of it. But here's the thing. He doesn't even know how to flex, and it's bothering me so much. He does so you know, like if you ever watch a Mr. Olympia, it's like you flex I'll bring it on this side. You have like, I have no arm, so you flex your bicep by pulling it in. You grab something and pull it in. He flexed like this. like an action figure, like a 90-degree arm, like fist facing out, looking like a
LJN
weirdo.
action figure.
Yeah, like an LJN action figure. And he did a double one of those. So he's just him doing this, which is so funny to me because he's for somebody who brags about powerlifting and lifting and being in such great shape, you don't know how to throw a bicep out? I look like shit and I know how to throw a bicep out. You don't know how to. So
I love that your biggest issue with this is not the fact that he's at the Capitol building storing and like
he's exactly the person to do that.
Shitty double bicep.
Right. He's exactly the person to go to this Capitol Hill. Like he is an idiot. I just think he's an idiot. Then somebody goes, "Oh, look who's here at WWE's Jimmy Jack Cash." To which myself, Bill, and Juber are like, "Yo, Jimmy Jack Cash ratted himself out because that's the only way he'd be associated with WWE." Yeah. There's no way. Somebody was like, "Holy shit, are you Jimmy Jack Cash?" No one has ever recognized Jimmy Jack Cash.
Yeah.
If you ever have time, go to Jimmy Jack Cash's YouTube channel and just watch.
Oh, we used to do that. We used to do that on road trips.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where he did the John Cena match.
I don't remember them.
Oh, you gotta go check out his Eminem diss rebuttal track.
He wrote a diss track for Eminem that's like 78 views. Actually, probably it's like 200 views now because I'm watching it aggressively
every day.
It's just on.
Multiple times.
It's just on. It's like background noise while I'm working. People like, what the hell's that noise? Oh, that's the diss track. You guys never heard it? You don't even know rap. Don't tell me you know rap if you don't know Jimmy Jack Cash. But he had a match with John Cena where he erased the commentary and did his own commentary over the match.
Wait, did he actually have a match with John Cena?
He really did. So when John Cena first started, he kind of was like doing like local shitty shows, right? So he went out to California, did a show there. He went to I guess it's Johnny Rods' school, and he had a match at Johnny Rods' school. So he wrestled Jimmy Jack Cash as the prototype. And the match it's whatever. It's a beginner John Cena versus somebody who wasn't a beginner in Jimmy Jack Cash having a match. And right before Jimmy Jack Cash loses, the commentary is just shitting all over John Cena. And then suddenly, right before he's about to lose to John Cena, he hits stop and he stops playing the video. And he goes, and this is where I reversed his move and rolled him up. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And like that's what he did. There's another match of his at the ECW arena that he edited together, and it's on his channel right now. And it's him against the dude from who's in NXT now, but he was like, is it Archer?
Oh, what's it?
Damian something?
Damian Priest.
Yeah. Damian Priest. So Damian Priest and some other guy who I've never seen before. I probably, if you pointed him out now, I'd be like, oh, okay. But he edited it. So whenever he does something bad, it cuts to a fan reaction of a moment that was not from this show. Like it's so great.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's like there's like all the like it's the when you're watching his match, like the first two rows have people in them, and then it's like nobody. But the crowd reaction is the entranceway in the ECW arena filled with people watching, like just the worst
from an ECW show.
Yeah, like it's probably from House of Hardcore.
Like
or something. It's
like starter jacket.
Yeah, it's really odd. And then he'll randomly speeds things up in the middle of the match. So he does like a slingshot, like a senton.
Yeah.
But it's like stupid slow, and you can see like suddenly it's like whew, like he flips it over.
Just defies.
Oh my God, Alex! It is one of my favorite things I've ever seen.
I can't wait to check this out.
My favorite one. I don't know, Alex, if you've seen it, but it's Jimmy Jack Cash versus the fake Orange Cassidy.
I didn't know there was a fake Orange Cassidy.
Neither did I until I saw this video.
Oh goodness!
But it's in like a packed gym. Like there's hundreds and hundreds of people at this place. I gotta find it and I'll send it to you. It's the best because it's not Jim, who is on the cover of the latest Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine, which is amazing.
Yeah.
What? Hold on, wait.
Yeah. Most popular wrestler of 2020.
Oh my God, that is so crazy to me.
Yeah. Congratulations,
not
Jim.
I literally was just online like looking for like matches of ours because I was gonna try and come up with like a thing to do, and I found us versus in the first tournament, the tag team tournament for tomorrow for Beyond Wrestling.
Yeah,
and
that was the first time we wrestled you guys, right?
No, was it?
I think so.
Maybe. I don't remember.
Oh,
I don't.
Yeah.
No, we didn't
I
wrestle
think
you
that-
tournament tomorrow though. We
Oh, no,
wrestled.
that was that CZW show and Beyond.
Yeah.
No,
thing,
that's
right?
is that. Did we wrestle you there, or did we?
That's
wrestle...
what I was talking about. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I don't know. Maybe. I'm not really good with this type of stuff.
Yeah,
you know people who can like rattle off like dates, like, oh yeah, I wrestled. It's like not me. I have no idea.
I used to get so upset when I would hear interviews with wrestlers and like, how do you not know the date of this? Like, how do you forget this match? And then like years later, it's like, oh, we wrestled. Fuck, I don't remember. Like, I got that.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
I know I've wrestled you guys a lot. That's all I know.
Yeah.
That's as far as I remember, and I love wrestling you guys because it's easy for us. Like we have a chemistry.
There's some matches I have literally zero recollection of.
Yeah.
But I went to the match today to look at it, and I was watching. I was like, oh man, Jim wasn't even at his prime yet, and he's still fucking funny.
No,
like,
yeah.
And then I scrolled down to look at the comments, and one of the comments was just Olivia Wilde. Somebody wrote Olivia Wilde in the comments. It's my favorite response to any of my matches I've ever. I literally just tweeted it because I'm like, this is the best I've ever seen in my life. This is perfect. Like, what's the best insult thrown your way in wrestling that you're like, you don't want to be mad because it's so funny?
Wait, hold on. You kind of broke up for a second. What was the question?
What's the best insult that anybody's ever thrown at you in pro wrestling, like a fan or whatever, that you have to laugh at? It's so fucking funny that you have
the only one that comes to mind, this was like after I cut my hair and it was like kind of growing out again. I think it was like a House of Hardcore show. Someone tweeted after I wrestled, Alex looks like a broke ass Mark Ruffalo. And I don't. There's some that just like that one. Like I literally screenshotted it and like posted it on. Like there's some where you just have to like look.
You have
like,
to love it.
You got me. Like I got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I've one of my favorite things that's ever happened to you is I think it was in one of the matches where we were there at PWG. When Roddy Strong would wrestle, they would chant "shitty little boots," and then when you wrestled, it was "shitty little Roddy."
Yeah.
And I was in the ring. I'm like, what are they saying? You're like, they think I'm Roderick Strong. I was like, oh, okay.
Because I had short hair at the time, and I guess if you just are an average looking dude with brown hair, you look like Roderick Strong.
Oh,
yeah, apparently. I luckily wore a Hawaiian shirt to distance myself from that appearance.
Yeah.
I want to ask you more questions about like things that are going to get you in trouble. So I don't want to do that.
Awesome.
Is there an experience of wrestling you thought was going to be better, and then at the end of it you were like, oh, that sucked?
Oh, ECWA Super 8.
Wow, you didn't even.
That was quick.
You didn't hesitate at all. I thought it was gonna be a deep dive. What happened?
So this was 2010.
So Jim Kettner was gone.
No, this was the last year for Jim Kettner.
You got him to retire. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I remember just being like, oh, like this is gonna be my fucking big breakout on the indies. I'm gonna do the Super 8. I'm gonna do Ring of Honor, blah blah blah, this and that. This is gonna be it. And I want to say in the Super 8 that year was Xavier Woods, Eugene, the Heart Killer Chris Wilde. Who was Rob Eckos' partner? Was it Billy Bax?
Yeah.
Billy Bax.
He's in every. He's ECW stable.
Yeah, Chase Del Monte, Brian Malonis, somebody else, and me.
Oh, I had a really good. I was pulling for somebody else.
Yeah. He had a good show.
He had a good man.
Yeah. So I was watching like old Super 8s online. I was like, like Davey Richards one, and it's like, oh, I'm just gonna go in there, guns blazing. And they're just like, so we do like the opening ceremony, where like they do like the national anthem, whatever. And usually they played like a video package, but there was no video package this year. So I was like, okay.
His last year he was checking out.
Yeah. So the national anthem starts. We're all lined up. And I'm listening. I'm like, why does this sound like my theme music? And I was coming out to, at the time, was the Andrea Bocelli Time to Say Goodbye.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And it was like, they were playing my theme music. So I go, oh, okay. So we all just start laughing. And then they're like, oh, sorry, guys. Like, music starts playing. That's still my theme music. Oh boy! All right.
You should have played into that.
Yeah, and then they finally played the national anthem, and then they were going to do like a 10-bell salute because Trent Acid had just passed away, and they did that, and then they must have hit a button, and some rap music came on for like 4 seconds. I was like, this is just dog shit.
You lost in the first round, didn't you?
Yes, I lost in the first round. The kid was not good. My indie career did not take off after that.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of just like pretty bad.
Well, it's exciting.
Yeah, it was, my brother had come down to like see it because it was like a big deal, and he actually just sent me a picture maybe like a month ago of the Super 8 shirt that he got when he was down there.
That's sad.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, I was in so many tournaments when I first started that like I've thrown them all out now, but like so many shirts that are just like, when you look at them now, you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
What was I doing?
At the time, the Super 8 was like the be all end all.
Yeah.
Like, this was you were dying to be in this, and then each year it just got less and less, and by that year Jim just
do they still do it?
Probably.
I think so. I don't know who owns it or what, but it's just,
that's not my problem anymore. I don't care.
Yeah, it's not.
I only do what I like at this point.
Yeah.
So before we go, I think we're gonna have to wrap up here, but how about Bill and I fly down to All Elite? Right, hear me out. Yes. We don't get extra work. We just hang out and drink in the hotel lobby and just talk about bullshit forever, because that's more why I want to go.
That's fine.
Perfect.
Like, the cool thing about there is that it feels like every indie show with like all of our friends.
Yeah.
That's like the coolest part of it all. Like when we did our first show there in Philly, we were just so accustomed to like extra work for WWE. So like we got there, we ate, and we just like sat in the stands, like out of everybody's way,
Yeah.
And then I just remember looking at John, I'm like, we're being weird. Like these are all of our friends that we've known, literally, like we've known Trent since our first day.
Yeah.
Like we're being the weird ones here, not talking to our friends. And then, it was just like, I asked Max, I was like, where do we put our bags? Is there like an extra locker room? He's like, no, you just put it in the locker room. Is
it weird asking Max for like, what are we allowed to do, sir?
So it was just the first time, and then that was it. Yeah.
And then now it's like, fuck you, Max.
Yeah. Now I just bully him until he leaves our locker room.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You know what? WWE, especially doing extra work, really ruins you. It really ruins you.
I've never done it. I've never done any. I did Impact. I did Impact Wrestling. That's the only extra work I've ever done in my life. And I got beat up by Eric Young, and that's as far as I've ever gotten in wrestling.
Yeah.
So
I remember one time at WWE. It was up in Albany. I was signed at the time, but I was
not this time.
We were, yeah. But I would think we were home for like Christmas break or whatever. But they were doing Raw up in Albany, so they told me to just go up there. And I remember getting there and was told to go to Mark Carano's office and see if he was there. So I knocked on the door. I heard him say, "Come in." I opened up the door. He looks at me, starts screaming. He's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Why didn't you knock? You just come into closed offices just unannounced?" I'm like, "Okay." And he was like, "Just stand outside the door. Wait until I'm done." Made me stand out there for 2.5 hours.
Oh my God.
I finally came out and was like, "If John Laurinaitis was in there, he'd be fired in the spot." And just walked away from it. I'm like, "What the fuck just happened?"
I would have lost my goddamn mind. Fuck you. What do you mean? I would have been fired immediately.
I would have had a panic attack.
Yeah. I'm aggressive. Yeah. That's my problem.
Yeah.
All right, before we go, let's get so I just want you to know, Alex, my goal now in life is to job to you on TV. So as long as you could set that up one day, that's all I think all we care about. That's our
no, like I'm kind of not even kidding. Like you guys kind of really need to come down and
look, I love you. But I think we know our lot in life. But no. What do you want to put over before we go?
I don't know.
All right, good. ProWrestlingTees.com/Team Tremendous. TeamTremendous.BigCartel.com. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, social media. If you don't know our handles by now, whatever. It is what it is. Bill, what do you want to put over?
I bought some soap last week off the internet.
Cool, man. All right, so that is it, guys.
Don't forget to watch AEW Dynamite every Wednesday.
Watch Dynamite, watch AEW Dark, and watch Being the Elite to see Alex be a fucking weirdo. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Later.
Bye, guys.